Alright, first off I want to explain this. You choose the side if you're watching this. I understand what you're saying, but I enjoy making arguments and stuff. And I really appreciate that you put in here, what, 1, 2... at least twice that you liked the video. And it's this last comment you put. It's the last line that I love. The problem is that people do not know what their rights are. And there you go. I can't argue that one point because it's extremely true. First off, call up your county courthouse. Ask them if they have any information on the letter of the law of personal or justifiable homicide and self-defense. Chances are they're not going to have a freaking clue. But hopefully they're going to tell you somebody who might. You also might want to call up prosecuting attorneys or defense attorneys. I'm not sure, but you might be able to look at the phone book and find one who specializes in, like, home defense or personal protection or gun laws or whatever, because they're most likely they're going to know. If you can't, just go to your state website or your city website, and hopefully they'll have a link to where you can actually look up state laws and stuff, because laws are different everywhere. Most states have a law that states anyway, that you do not need to flee your home. If you get into a violent altercation in your home, you fight it out. You can if you want, but there's under no penalty of law to where you flee. What that means is if somebody breaks in your house, in at least one state, I think, I'm not real sure, but at least one state you have to leave, which is crap. But most states say that if you're in your home, you stay. On the streets is a different story. Most places that I can think of have a law that states if there's a violent altercation, you leave. You don't stay, you don't fight, you leave. If you can. If you can't, then you fight. But I can agree with that to an extent, but I don't understand it. Now, either situation, in order to use lethal force, a person has to have the capability to kill you, the means to kill you, and the willpower to kill you. That means they have to have the means, meaning of some sort of weapon, and hands can be considered a weapon. They have to be the capability, meaning they have to be within range of that weapon, which in most cases is easy to tell. In some cases, firearms, it's a long way. And they have to have the willpower. Your buddy showing you is fully locked and loaded Glock? No, because he doesn't have the willpower. Some guy standing in front of you screaming he's going to kill you, he's butt naked, and you can tell he has no weapon? No, because he doesn't have the capability unless he's really good with his hands. Now, here's the problem. There's a big gray area. Some people who think a 255-pound, 6-foot-tall guy screaming he's gonna kill you has the means, the capability, and the willpower to kill you, and they will use lethal force. Some people think that same situation is just somebody blowing off steam. And that therein lies the problem. The letter of the law generally states a reasonable and prudent person. What that means is a normal, everyday person who is not a complete nut job. Which is messed up in my eyes, because only your complete nut jobs will actually sit here and think about that. You know, what would I do if some 255-pound guy started screaming at me, he's gonna kill me? You know? Which is really fascinating to me is the fact that they have those laws and they don't let people know. Like you said, people don't know what their rights are. I've actually talked to people who did not know, had no clue that you can legally carry handguns in majority of states. He had no clue of that. He never heard of a concealed carry permit or even a carry permit. Never heard of it. And he lived in a state, and he lives in the only state that has the lifelong carry permit. Anyway. That's why I really cannot help you. Because I don't know your jury. I don't even know if you're going to get arrested. I'll make a video about what happens after you shoot somebody too. But you can have a completely justifiable shoot to anybody who, you know, has a defensive mindset. But the way the cards lay, you might have a jury that, you might have an entire jury full of people who hate guns and thinks that everybody who owns guns should be in prison. Well, then you're going to jail. You might have a very, very, very sketchy actual what happened, you know. You might, your situation might be you came home or you woke up and you saw a guy standing there with both his hands in the air screaming, "I'm gonna steal your TV," and you shot him. You might have a jury of a bunch of people who 20 days before had just been around a gun or robbed their entire house cleaned out. You might be going home that day. Anything can happen. You know, I've personally never been on a jury, but I talked to one person who was in a jury who felt completely sure that this guy was guilty, and he got off because the majority of people thought he was innocent. You know? You never know. You know, look at OJ. What, 90% of the population of the United States thought he was guilty, but those people thought he was innocent, so he walked free. You know? The thing is here, and I know it sounds stupid, but I feel like an idiot saying this, but think rationally. I know it sounds stupid, and waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning to the sound of breaking glass or whatever, and there's some strange person in your house, but think rationally. That's why it's a good idea to keep lights on your weapons, that you can tell if he's got a gun or not, or a weapon or not. But then again, you don't know what he's got shoved down his pant, in his waistband, or what he's got, his hands are hidden. When in doubt, go with your gut. That's the advice I could really give you. I always say, you know, I'd rather be living, you know, in a court than dead. You know, I'd rather be tried by 12 than carried by 6. It's a very true motto of my life. I'd rather have to convince a group of strangers not to send me to prison than one psychopath not to kill me, or kill my wife. You know, that's all I'm talking about that one. So, if you're watching this, you choose a side. I'm gonna call it quits on your argument. But it was a good thing to do to kind of throw it out there. So, peace out.